Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I have actually got Carol Somerville Roberts with me today, who's actually going to tell us a little bit about her business, and I've got some questions to ask her. So Carol, to begin with, a couple of questions are, tea or coffee?
Oh, I drink fruit tea. I don't drink any caffeine at all.
Oh, good. Cats or dogs?
Oh, could be a dog. Although I don't have either. I have two tortoises.
No, it's just what your preferences are, isn't it? So what would your preference be for an activity holiday or something more relaxed?
Oh, I'd have to be relaxed.
Yes. Anywhere in particular?
I'm quite a fan of, I do love the beach and walking on the beach. So I do quite like going to the Caribbean.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Won't be for this year.
No, won't be for this year. Right, so now what we're going to do is find out a little bit more about your business. So what is the name of your business?
Okay, so my business is Evolve Dentistry. We also have a facial aesthetics branch of it called Evolve Face.
Oh, right, okay. And how long have you been doing this?
So I opened Evolve in Portishead in January 2009. So we've been here 11 and a half years. I've actually been a dentist for 24 years. So I'm a dentist, by the way. I've been a dentist for 24 years. Always I trained in Bristol, and I've always worked in this area in the southwest, in various locations. And as I said, been in Portishead now for 11 and a half years.
Wow. So what other jobs have you had?
Well, as I said, I'm a trained dentist, and that's pretty much it, because it's obviously a 5-year degree, and when you qualify, you kind of have to get on and do your job. Prior to doing dentistry, as a student, I worked for John Lewis in London, fitting children's shoes, and I worked in their restaurant as well.
Right.
So that was about it. Bar work experience in various dental practices when I was younger. Apart from being a dentist that people are familiar with in terms of what we do here in a dental practice, I have worked in a couple of hospitals as well, the BRI and the RUH in Bath, and that was more dealing with people with facial trauma, sewing them up after accidents or maybe a fight in the pub or whatever. So I did a couple of things like that too, and now I'm here.
Oh, wow, so that's great. Thanks for that, Carol. So let's find out a little bit more about your business. So what is it about your business, you can tell us, and things that might be useful for our members to know?
So we're a private dental practice, which means obviously we have absolutely no NHS contract, and we offer a huge range of different dental treatments, some of which you wouldn't be able to get within the NHS. But our kind of ethos is that we want to make every single dental experience as good as it can be for people. We really want people to basically not be scared to come to the dentist, because really sadly we have found that very often this is a huge problem for people. So our environment is quite undental. We have a huge collection of grommets that from when they did the grommet trail, it was a few years ago now, because it was the second trail they did. So we have a huge collection of grommets, and people like coming to see our grommets. And so we offer a huge number of different treatments, everything from general dentistry, cosmetic dentistry, braces, we do sedation, I do facial aesthetics. So facial aesthetics are things like wrinkle treatments and dermal fillers to help people look sort of refreshed. So yeah, we do a bit of everything. And I have various people in my team, it's not just me. I've got a lot of people in my team who are great, and they offer all sorts of things. I have somebody on my team who specialises in dentures. People might not want to have dentures, but believe me, if you're going to have dentures or need dentures, you want my colleague to make them.
Right. So how have you coped with the lockdown, and what about your patients? How have they coped? Have you been able to communicate with you and do anything?
Yeah, so we were told on the 25th of March by the Chief Dental Officer that all dental practices had to close. We had in fact made the decision on the 23rd of March that we needed to close. It was pretty obvious how things were going to go. So we had to close. So what that meant though was we were closed for face-to-face appointments. We still offered an emergency service. So my team had a huge job to do, unfortunately cancelling everybody. And then we obviously had to update in terms of our website and social media, how people could contact us, because we were still here and available to contact people, so they could get in touch with myself or one of my nurses if they had a problem, a lost filling, toothache, etc. And then we would either drop round a little kit to help them with instructions, or we would send them whatever they needed, or antibiotics, talk to them on the phone to talk through what they needed to do. And we kind of continually did that. Sort of 5 days a week. We didn't charge anybody for that. We were seeing and talking about
well done.
Well, we just sort of felt it was the least we could do.
Yeah.
We were talking to people who weren't necessarily our registered patients, and trying to help people as much as we could, because it just depended on what the situation was for other people. And then we were waiting to try and reopen, because obviously not working at all, we can't see any face-to-face patients.
No.
So then we got very little notice, unfortunately, about being able to reopen. I don't think we're alone in that.
No.
Lots of people have had difficult advice as to what to do, but we are obviously in an environment where we're very close to patients, creating face-to-face. We're very close to them when we're treating them, so we have to do an awful lot to make sure that we are safe. And so a big part of that was getting protective personal equipment, the PPE that everyone was talking about.
Absolutely.
This is the only time I'm sitting here without a face mask, because we have to wear a face mask all the time now. But we have a lot of other stuff. We also have completely different protocols to what we have done to reopen. We have to do pre-COVID screening. We have to take people's temperatures, get them to use hand sanitizers. They have to come alone. They have to wear a face mask. In our treatment rooms, we've had to change a huge amount of what we do and put in new kit to try and keep people as safe as possible. So if people seem to be very confident in coming to us. We're really busy right now, really busy.
Good. Well, I'm not surprised actually, yes. All those who've been waiting desperately for the doors to open.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So we're obviously just having to try and catch up. So we're a bit manic.
No, that's great, Carol. Thank you very much for giving us a bit of an insight into what you do. So we've just got a couple more questions for you. What did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh dear. Well, I definitely didn't spend my life wanting to be a dentist. It was a bit of a late decision, that one. I was sort of 17 or 18 by the time. I always wanted to be a doctor, actually. And then my mother suggested that I would be a really bad doctor. Oh. So I then had a complete career change. So there's a tip: never tell your children they would be really bad at something. She doesn't even remember making the comment. No,
it's obviously just one of those things that happened, yes. Yeah. And do you have any hobbies that you'd be happy to share with us?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of things that I do. I'm pretty busy usually at work. I do have 2 children though. So they have kept me busy over the years. They're a bit older now. So I really love to run. I've run the London Marathon twice. And I run pretty much every day because I love doing it in the morning. I think it's a really good thing to get out, because once I get to work, I don't leave for 10 or 12 hours. Yeah, so get my fresh air in the morning. And the other thing I love doing is I love cooking and baking. I had to be a bit careful in lockdown not to bake too much, because my husband was complaining he was eating too much and not doing enough. So I had to limit the baking, but I think we all did.
Yes, definitely.
A lot of people did a good bit of baking, and really enjoyed being able to do that, but couldn't bake as much as I wanted to.
No chance in getting them out to run with you then, to get the few pounds off it that you placed on with the baking? No.
My husband likes cycling. I run, he cycles, and my youngest son, who's still at home, he does climbing. So none of it matches.
No. No. Well, that's great. Thank you again, Carol, for coming along today and helping us to understand more about your business. It's been really great to meet you.
Well, thank you, Rachel. It's been a pleasure. And I'm glad that I was able to explain a little bit about what we do.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.